Good morning, all of you. So, in the previous classes, we have been discussing about the 7th chapter. As you know, the name of the 7th chapter, Weather, Climate and Adaptations of Animals to Climate. That is the name of the chapter. And in this chapter, we have been discussing about what is weather, what is climate. And since the last class, we started discussing about adaptations of animals to climate. So different animals, they adapt to different kind of climate. How? Exactly, that's what we are going to study in detail today. So in your previous classes, you had studied about weather, right? Weather is the atmospheric condition of a place. Okay, for a short span of time. Whereas climate is the atmospheric condition of that place for a long period of time. That was the difference which we had studied. Then we had recorded the temperatures and we had tried to find out the record of temperatures for 1 week. Right? I hope all of you have done that particular work. So we had also discussed about the polar animals which are living in the polar regions, right? We had discussed some animals like polar bear, how it survives in such kind of extremely cold temperature. We had studied that the polar bear, right? It has a strong sense of smell. It has a very tough paw. It is wide and large. Its body has got white fur so that it is not easily visible with the background. And this helps it to catch the predators and also this help is to protect itself from the predator and also catch the prey. We also studied how they keep their skin well insulated and how they live in this extremely cold kind of environment. Whereas in the case of penguins, we studied that the penguins are always huddled together. We studied about the feet structure of these penguins and we discussed related to these organisms how they can survive in this extremely cold kind of condition. That's what we have been discussing since the previous classes. Now today let us move further and discuss about the further part of the chapter. So besides penguins and polar bears, there are several other varieties of animals which are living in the polar regions, right? There are several types of fishes, musk, oxen, reindeers, foxes, seals, whales, and birds. So fish can remain underwater for long, right? But what about other organisms? What about birds and such kind of organisms? So wide variety of polar animals you can see in the picture. There are some owls also, different variety of owls also. They survive in this extremely cold kind of temperatures. Their color is almost white. It matches the outer environment, right? So then there are some kind of oxens. Okay, we have studied the penguin and the bear, right? Not only the animals, but there are some kind of birds also. So how come these birds, what they will do to survive in this extremely cold conditions? So one such example of birds which are living in the cold regions is the Siberian cranes. Okay, the Siberia, this is a cold region, right? So this cranes, when it is winter season, they cannot survive over there. Okay, because the temperature is very cold. So to get rid of the cold, okay, what they do is they move to different kind of places. They leave that particular place and go to different place till the winter season is over. Once the winter season is over, they go back to their original place. One of such examples of one migratory, such a process where the birds, they will travel from one place to another. Okay, we call such kind of birds as migratory birds. They travel from one place to another long distance for a short period of time. They live there for a short period of time and then they travel back to their mother place. So, or motherland. So such kind of birds, we call them as the migratory birds. Not only birds, there are animals also, we call them migratory animals. So Siberian cranes are one such example of migratory birds. So you can see the cranes of Siberia. You can see around the migratory cycle, right? First what happened? A single bird, okay? It arises and it gives the indications. Then the birds collect together. First the two birds, then many birds, they collect together, okay? And they fly away from their homeland, right? And they decide where to go. So they travel long distances to save their life from the cold winters. So these Siberian cranes must keep their body warm to survive in the winter. So during the winter it migrates to far away warmer places. Siberian cranes come to places in India like Bharatpur in Rajasthan and Sultanpur in Haryana to escape from the extreme winter in Siberia. So you can see the route. This Siberia is a cold place, right? And that's why what happened? From Russia, it's Russia, right? Most of the birds, because snow falls there, they cannot live. Okay, so what happened? From Russia, they will travel to different places like Iran, Afghanistan, UAE, India, Pakistan, China. Okay, so different places they will fly to escape from the very cold winter, right? So like this, many of these birds, they come to India. They go to Afghanistan also. India, many of these birds, they come, and their favorite tourist destination, just like how we have tourist destination, they also have tourist destination. So one of their favorite tourist spots is India. So here they live for 2 or 3 months to escape from the winter, and then they move away from here back to their own motherland. So other than the Siberian cranes, there are other kind of migratory birds. You can see Swanson's thrush, northern pintail, bar-tailed godwit, Arctic tern, griffon vulture, ruby-throated hummingbird. These are some of the examples, right? So in the case of Siberian cranes, or in case of all these birds, what happened? They migrate to avoid the extreme conditions. So they can fly high. These birds who migrate, they can fly high. Even they fly high, they have to travel long distance, and they should know after coming to one place. Suppose from Russia they are coming to India. They should know how to go back from India to Russia, right? So how this is possible that they correctly go to Russia? They don't change their place and they go to China or some other place. So for this they should have a built-in sense of direction. That is, they understand the direction. Now how come that they understand the direction of this flight? How this happens? Maybe because of many reasons. Okay, many reasons have been told by bird watchers. One among them is they use the landmarks. The other one is that they may be guided by the stars. Okay, the sun, moon, okay, different kind of stars. Pole star is one such star. Usually sailors and all, they are very eagerly waiting for some kind of stars. Depending upon the stars, they can find out their direction. So like this, it is thought that depending upon the stars, these birds can also find their direction. not only birds but different kind of animals, they also migrate, okay, to avoid from extreme conditions, maybe lack of food, lack of water. When there is such kind of extreme condition, they they migrate, group of animals, okay, they migrate from that place, right? So that is very important in case of animals. So some animals that migrate, they include fish, deer, elephants, all these can migrate. A herd of elephants, right, it can migrate. Similarly deer, similarly fish, they all migrate, okay. Large fishes also can migrate. So you can see even butterflies, the monarch butterflies, they can cross the sky, okay. So monarch butterflies, they migrate from one place to another. Similarly, you can see on the screen, it's the olive ridley turtles, okay, a kind of turtles. It migrates to India, okay, usually in Orissa. Recently, this was there in the paper related to the migration of olive ridley turtles. Okay, so like that, many butterflies migrate. Similarly, many olive ridley turtles. Okay, many different varieties of turtles, they migrate. Thank you, and waiting for you in the online class. And you have to also revise the 6th chapter, then attend your online class.